Assalamu alaikum. Today on Neuron Academy, we discuss the Islamic spirit of nanomedicine. If you benefit, please support by subscribing and sharing as a sadaqah. Let's begin by just thinking about the very nature of healing. For centuries, we've understood medicine in terms of what we can see, what we can touch. But what if the most profound cures out there operate on a scale that's far, far beyond our natural sight?
And let's consider a new paradigm. We're so used to this idea of medicine as a battle, right? Chemotherapy that attacks the whole body just to kill cancer. Antibiotics that are like a blanket bombing run on bacteria. But what if we could move past that? What if we could move toward a method that isn't about brute force at all, but about perfect, targeted accuracy?
Just imagine the potential of a technology that works with the body's own incredible design. It sounds like science fiction, doesn't it? But this is a dawning reality. Tiny, intelligent agents navigating our inner universe to mend what's broken one cell at a time.
So how is this amazing vision actually becoming a reality? Well, let's dive into the first part of our discussion. We are entering a brand new frontier of medicine, one that takes place on a scale that is almost impossible to imagine.
Humanity has now officially entered a realm that was once completely invisible to us. It's a field that is fundamentally redefining what healing even means, and this field is called nanotechnology. Okay, so what exactly is this new architecture of medicine? How does it actually work? Let's break down the science behind this incredible revolution in healing. So, unlike traditional methods that kind of treat the body from the outside in, nanomedicine works at the most fundamental level you can get. We're talking about the scale of nanometers. That is a billionth of a meter. To put that into perspective for you, a single human hair is about 80,000 nanometers wide. At this tiny, tiny scale, scientists are literally designing architectural solutions that can interact directly with our body's own cells. And this is where it gets really amazing. This enables a whole new generation of treatments. So for example, with targeted cancer therapy, scientists can now engineer nanoparticles that act like tiny guided missiles. They're coated with molecules that will only bind to proteins found on tumor cells. This delivers the medicine straight to the cancer, and it leaves healthy tissue completely unharmed. Or think about smart drug delivery, where a medication is inside a nanocapsule that's designed to release its contents only when it detects the specific chemical signature of an illness. This technology can even spot diseases at the molecular level, way before any symptoms show up, and it's even being used to create nanoscaffolds that help regenerate damaged nerves and organs.
And listen, this isn't just theory. This is happening right now at some of the most advanced institutions on the planet. The NIH in America, brilliant researchers at MIT, the Max Planck Society in Europe. They are all pushing these boundaries. Patients are already benefiting from these breakthroughs. Medicine has officially gone microscopic.
Now, once we understand the science, we have to ask a much deeper question. How does this incredible advancement connect with our deepest spiritual principles? How does our faith intersect with this frontier of knowledge? You see, in Islam, the search for a cure is a core value. It's actually an act of faith, something encouraged by the Prophet ﷺ himself. This beautiful hadith teaches us that for every single ailment, a remedy exists. It's out there, waiting to be discovered, and our role is to seek it. This pursuit of knowledge, it's not a defiance of creation. It's actually a deeper appreciation of it. Nanotechnology allows us to witness the sheer intricacy of Allah's design at a level we've never seen before. Just as the Quran invites us to reflect, not even the smallest particle escapes His divine knowledge. So if His knowledge encompasses the atomic level, then our humble discovery at that same level is an act of seeking ilm, of seeking knowledge. So here's the crucial point. Discovery at this level, when it's guided by humility, when the intention is to relieve suffering, well, that's an act of worship. Healing is a manifestation of mercy, and mercy is one of the most beloved attributes to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And this pursuit of knowledge, it's not new to our tradition at all. In fact, you could say it's a direct continuation of a proud and powerful medical legacy. For centuries, Muslims led the world in medical science. Starting from the 8th century, they pioneered concepts we take for granted today, like public hospitals that were free for everyone. They emphasized hygiene, preventative care, and they codified medical knowledge into these incredible texts that were used for hundreds and hundreds of years. This new science is simply the next chapter in that great story. And the core principle behind it all was treating the body not as a machine, not as an object, but as a sacred trust, an amanah from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This ethical and spiritual mindset is not something we need to invent for nanomedicine. It's already our inheritance. But with such powerful new tools comes an absolutely immense responsibility. We must approach this technology with a strong moral compass. Nanotechnology forces us to ask some really profound questions. Who gets to control these microscopic machines once they're inside a person's body? Will these life-saving treatments be a luxury just for the rich, or will they be a right for everyone? And what about the potential for misuse, for surveillance or control? We have to understand that protecting the sanctity of the human body, consent, and dignity, that must be paramount. And here, Islam provides us with clear boundaries and principles. It really forces a choice between two very different paths. Technology can be a source of mercy, right? Used to heal the sick, to be accessible to all, to respect the body and serve humanity. Or it can become a tool of oppression, to control the healthy, to be reserved for a select few, to invade privacy and serve power. Our ethics have to guide our innovation. And this brings us to a direct and, I think, urgent call for our generation, for the brilliant minds who are going to be shaping the future of this entire field. To all the Muslim medical students out there, to the biomedical engineers, to the researchers who are fascinated by this unseen world of the cell, the Ummah, our global Muslim community, needs your contribution. We need healers whose work is guided by Iman, by faith. We need scientists whose motivation is true compassion. And we need innovators who understand that protecting human dignity is just as important as any scientific discovery they could ever make. And remember, just because you're working at the smallest, most microscopic level, it does not mean your impact is small. In medicine, just like in faith, sometimes the single, tiniest, most precise intervention, that's the very thing that saves an entire life. So we'll leave you with one final thought to reflect on. Our predecessors, they built hospitals, they wrote encyclopedias of medicine, they established an ethical framework that literally changed the world. Their legacy is our foundation. So the question for us, for you, is what will you build on it now? Presented and created by Neuron Studio.